Welcome to Winging It. We're doing deck upgrades today in Arkham Horror, the card game. This is going into the last scenario for Tommy and Luke of the Dream Eaters campaign on the Dreaming side. They have 10 XP going into Where the Gods Dwell, which is a very, very hard scenario two-handed, and really even harder true solo as I've heard. But I don't play true solo, so not my issue. But anyway, I have 10 XP to spend, like I said, for each of them, and I will also mention that Tommy has the silver key, which he got from the other team. Which is when you would take a horror, exhaust silver key, and cancel one of that horror. Which is, it's okay. It takes up an accessory slot, which is really not great with Cherished Keepsake, but it's also 3 willpower icons. But, I mean, Luke is not going to want to take that over the, over his Holy Rosary either. So I just figured who would need 3 willpower icons, and, maybe it's good for Tommy. Anyway, so I have decided to go all in on getting some big combat cards, which is the 2 Vicious Blows. I'm just upgrading my Vicious Blows. These are, from the Dunwich cycle, and if it's successful during attack, if that it deals +1, +2 if you succeed by 2 or more. So if you go up really big, you're going to be able to do extra damage. And I just think this will be nice, especially if we have the flamethrower out and we want to kill an enemy and make sure that we're killing it, and we just want to punch it. This could be useful, or it could be useful on an enchanted blade or something else, to do big damage. So yeah, I just want to make sure that we can really fight and hit our test. So we're upgrading both of our Vicious Blows. And then another card that I really like, and I have not gotten a chance to put in this campaign, is Stand Together. I did find I'm riding the edge with resources, and card draw is kind of always a problem in Tommy that I found. So I'm taking 2 Stand Togethers, and I'm going to replace the Thompson, which is kind of expensive, and I have the flamethrower, and I still have 2 other weapons. Not including the Bloodstained Dagger, but I have Becky and 2 Enchanted Blades and the flamethrower, so I don't feel like I need the Thompson. And then I'm going to take a look at what I found out, just because I think we're going to be more about just protecting, Luke than really worrying about getting clues. And we still have Scene of the Crime, and we still have one look what I found. So I think we'll have enough clue tech. So I have to say at this point, I'm not super enthusiastic about where we are with this deck. I think now that I understand Tommy a lot better, I would have built this a lot differently. I think some more card draw, a second Ever Vigilant, those kinds of things would have been very useful. I'm not sure about... I haven't gotten a chance to use the flamethrower, so I don't know if it was good to go in all that combat. But I think maybe I could have done things differently. But anyway, this is where we're at. We've got some big Guardian cards, and hopefully we've got enough to really punch through and beat this. I guess I didn't say it, but one thing I really want to make sure is I can hit that big dole that comes out at the beginning that's like a 6 combat. And so anything that I can boost the combat with, like the extra Vicious Blows and things like that, I wanted to have available. So that's where we're at. Let's go take a look at Luke. So Luke has the same 10 XP to spend. The first thing we want to do is resolve the Arcane Research, which gives us 2 XP towards an upgrade. So we are going to upgrade Deny Existence into Deny Existence level 5, which will just give us back whatever is being taken away. So if we, instead of losing horror, we gain horror healing. Instead of losing damage, gain heal damage. Instead of losing actions, you gain actions. Instead of losing resources, take resources. It's really nice if you can put it on Diana and get multiple uses out of it. So that's kind of the plan there. Now, that's 3 of our 10 XP. We will now spend 4 XP on 2 copies of Shortcut, level 2. Really, really good. For this scenario in particular, if you've not played it, I will just tell you it's wonderful, and hopefully you'll see it in action as to why it is such a good card for Where the Gods Dwell. So that's 4 of our XP, bringing us up to 7. So I'm going to make somewhat of a strange choice, and I'm going to get Bind Monster for 2 XP, which I think is going to basically be kind of like upgrading my Barricade, which we don't really want to barricade any enemies off, but we do want, we may want to just keep one evaded for a while, and I think we can get his will up high enough. This will just let you evade, and he can evade even if he's not at the location, right, one location over, as if he's engaged with it, so he could evade it off Tommy if he needed to, and then you can just keep evading it and 3 if you can pass a 3 willpower check. So if there's a that big Dole, if he comes out too early and we have that card, or later on if he comes out and we have that card, we can keep him busy if Tommy's not ready to kill him, or whatever. I just think it's going to be more beneficial than, say, a Barricade. And then we have 1 XP left. I'm going to go ahead and take Stargazing, which puts an encounter card in that is good for us. It gives you a card in action and a resource. I don't think this is really a great card in two-handed or two-player. I think it really needs to be like 3 players or 4 players for it to be useful. And it's especially not good in this particular scenario because there's some milling of the encounter deck where you might just discard it. But I'm going to take it anyway because I have 1 XP to spend. And I think it's better. I don't think I really need the Storm of Spirits anymore. That was really for, swarm enemies, which we're not going to be dealing with. So I think it's better than that, even if it may not end up being fantastic. So since we have 1 XP to spend, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So anyway, let's go see how we're going to do in Where the Gods Dwell.